Hello everyone, good morning all of you. This is Dr. Sudarshan Sambajirao Pedge, Assistant Professor, Department of Zoology, Kailaswa Shirasika Mahavidyalaya Devani, your zoology companion, and welcome to my lecture. In the last lecture, we also we also completed the introductory part of our protozoans as well as general characteristics of protozoans. Now, today we will learn about the next topic of our syllabus, that is classification of protozoa. So yesterday we have discussed on tree diagram of protozoa in the schematic representation or tree diagrammatic representation we have seen yesterday, or we have see here, that is the protozoa is divided, phylum protozoa is divided into 4 subphylum, that is Sarcomastigophora, Sporozoa, Nidospora and Celiophora. Okay, now today we will start with the first subphylum, that is the Sarcomastigophora. So let's get started today's lecture. So first we will see in the subphylum Sarcomastigophora. So in the Sarcomastigophora, these protozoans have one particular general characteristics. Okay, so in that protozoans we have seen the locomotory organelles is the pseudopodia or flagella. Okay, so if it is some animals, means some protozoans present in the pseudopodia as well as the flagella, that protozoans is included in the subphylum Sarcomastigophora. Okay, and these protozoans is also uh, monomorphic. Why? Because it contain only one kind of nucleus. Okay, nuclei is one kind, that is called the some one monomorphic is. Okay, so one particular general characteristics of the subphylum Sarcomastigophora, it means these general characters is present in those organisms, that organism or that protozoans included in the Sarcomastigophora. So this subphylum Sarcomastigophora is again divided into superclass. First is the Mastigophora. Okay, so the Sarcomastigophora is divided into the superclass. First there is the Mastigophora, it means the flagellata. Okay, so you have seen here the first general characteristics of Mastigophora is the simple as well as the primitive animal. Okay, these animals, superclass Mastigophora animals or flagellates animals, are very simple as well as very primitive in nature. Okay, as well as per the Mastigophora, it means the flagellata that contain having one particular flagella. Okay, so these animals contain flagella. The flagella is the one particular locomotory organelles. Okay, so this is the one particular general characteristics of the Mastigophora. Again, one more general characteristics is there, that is the nutrition is autotrophic or heterotrophic or both. Okay, we know very well autotrophs means the those animals is prepare own food material, that is called the autotrophic. Why? Because it contain various kinds of chlorophyll pigments is there. Okay, some chromatophores, it contain such animals, and that animals it will be prepare own food materials. Okay, that is called the autotrophic nature. Okay, or some protozoans, some Mastigophora is also heterotrophic. Heterotrophic means those animals is depends on other animals. Okay, that is the heterotropics um, protozoa. Okay, so these Mastigophora protozoans are both in nature. It's autotrophic as well as the heterotrophic in nutrition. So this is the one particular general characters regarding the superclass first mastigophora. Okay, so next is the superclass mastigophora is again divided in two class. Okay, so the first class is the phytomastigophora. Okay, we also call it as that is a phytoflagellata. Okay, phytoflagellata. In the phytomastigophora or phytoflagellata, some general characters we have seen here today. So first general characteristics is the chlorophyll bearing chromatophores presents. Okay, we know very well. So phyto means the plant, flora. Okay, so those animals contain the chlorophyll. Okay, it means they have prepare only food materials, only own food materials. That is called the chlorophyll bearing or chromatophores. It will be present in those animals. That animals is categorized, or that animals is included in the phytomastigophora or phytoflagellate. We call it as the phytoflagellates. Okay, so these animals, so the phytomastigophora or phytoflagellates animals are contain the chlorophyll bearing chromatophore presents. Okay, as well as next is the nutrition. You have seen here the holophytic by phototrophy. We know very well the holophytic means uh, they have prepare only own food material. Okay, with the help of photons. Okay, we call it as a phototropy. Okay, it means the sun rays. With the help of sun rays or sunlight, they have prepare own food material. That nutrition is called as holophytic by phototrophy. Okay, so next is the starch. Okay, so starch it means the starch is it is a one particular reserve food material. We know very well at the time of scarcity of food. ओके, कमतरता आपण ज्यावेळेस ज्या वेळेस कमतरता फूडची कमतरता पडते प्रोटोझोन्स ॲनिमल्सला, दॅट टाइम दे हॅव having one reserve food material in the body, that is called the starch, and that starch it will be used, okay, at the time of scarcity of food. Okay, so that starch it is the one particular reserve food material, okay. So this is the one particular general characteristics of the phytomastigophora. Okay, again one more, that is the flagella 1 or 2, sometimes more. Okay, these animals contain flagella 1 as well as 2 as well as sometimes more flagella it will be present in that animals. Okay, so in that class first phytomastigophora is again divided into 6 order. Okay, first order is the chrysomonadida, second one is the cryptomonadida, third one is the euglinida, fourth one is the volocida, fifth one is the chloromonadida, and sixth one is the dinoflagellida. Okay, these are the 6 order. Okay, at class first phytomastigophora is divided into 6 order. Okay, so these are the 6 order. And again one more point is I have included here, that is the examples is there. Okay, all order we have taken the one example. There's the first is the Chirosomanida dida is the first example of a cyanura, as well as the cryptomonadida is the chilomonas, as well as in the euglinida order euglinida, example is the euglina order holocida. Okay, holocida, the example is the Chlamydomonas. Okay, again one more order is there, chloromonadida. Okay, that order example is the Hucularia. Okay, Again one more order is there, Dinoflagellida. That Dinoflagellida is the example is the S.R.T.M. Okay, so these are the some examples of the phytomastigophora or as well as the phytoflagellates. Okay, and these phytoflagellates again divided into 6 order. Okay, so this is the phytoflagellata first class. Again second class, that is the zoomastigophora or zooflagellata. Okay, superclass mastigophora again divided into second class, that is the zoomastigophora as well as the zooflagellata. So if you compare the zoomastigophora or the phytomastigophora, you have seen here the first point is the clear that this difference. Okay, chlorophyll or chromatophore is absent in the zoomastigophora, but in the phytomastigophora chlorophyll or chromatophore is present. Okay, it means the zoomastigophora can't prepare own food material. Okay, so that is called the one particular difference between the phytomastigophora as well as the zoomastigophora. You have seen the phytomastigophora chlorophyll bearing chromatophores is present, but in the zoomastigophora chlorophyll or chromatophores is absent. Okay, that is the one more difference between. And zoomastigophora means the they have the uh, animals. Okay, those animals is that animals is a heterotrophic animals. Okay, those totally depends on other food materials. Okay, not a prepare own food materials. Okay, and that's why the chlorophyll or chromatophore is absent. Okay, so as well as in the nutrition, you have seen in the nutrition parts, the nutrition is the holozoic or saprozoic. Okay, holozoic is the one particular depends on the other animals, or saprozoic it's totally depends on the parasitic in nature. And the zoomastigophora is the nutrition is the holozoic as well as the saprozoic. Okay, another one more point is discussed here, that is the glycogen is a reserve food material. Okay, we know very well in the phytomastigophora is the starch is the reserve food material, but in the zoomastigophora glycogen is there. Okay, it means the these are the animals. Okay, they have reserve food material is the glycogen. Okay, we know very well. And that glycogen at the scarcity of food, that time that glycogen it will be converted into the glucose and energy it will be provided to the animals. Okay, that one particular reserve food material is there, that is the glycogen. Okay, so another flagella one too many. Okay, there are these these protozoans, the zoomastigophora, it contains the flagella one to many flagella is there. Okay, so again one more point is discussed here, that is the zoomastigophora again divided into 6 order also. Okay, similarly in the phytomastigophora. Okay, so 6 order, first order is rhizomastigida, Kinetoplastida, Coanoflagellida, Diplomonadida, Hypermastigida, and Trichomonadida. These are the 6 orders, and I have put here the some examples of these orders. There is the first order, the Rhizomastigida. The first example is the Mastigo amoeba. Okay, these are the example of Rhizomastigida. Okay, next second is the Kinetoplastida is the trypanosoma. Coanoflagellida is the protospongia. Okay, and Diplomonadida is the hexameta. Okay, as well as the Hypermastigida is the Trichonympha. Okay, as well the Trichomonadida is the Trichomonas. These are the examples of these order as well as the Zoomastigophora. Okay, so this is the Zoomastigophora. So thank you very much. So today we have seen the first subphylum, that is the Sarcomastigophora. So we have discussed today that is superclass first Mastigophora. Superclass first Mastigophora means the flagellata. In that we have completed today, that is the first class first, that is the class first is the Phytomastigophora, as well as second is the Zoomastigophora. These are the two classes we have seen today. So remaining parts we will see later on. Thank you very much.